I think Kareem should be in a GOAT discussion as well. His name really doesn't get, but no one really talks about Kobe. And if we're going to a playground,
think about it.
when those dudes are all lined up,
When we're losing the mic, there's nowhere in the world you tell me I'd ever put anybody in that discussion. But watching what Kobe was able.
All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you all are having a good day so far. So I'm going to check in on the Mark Jackson show again. They got Reggie Miller on. And once again, I watched all the way up into a point where I thought things got really, really interesting. And I stopped. So what's going to happen here is they're going to talk about, multiple topics. So Reggie's going to start talking about Kobe. And I kind of stopped, so I didn't get it, and I fast forwarded a little bit, and they were like really going hardcore into the GOAT debate between these three. So I was like, okay, all right, we're gonna cover Kobe, and then we're gonna cover the GOAT debate, and so I just stopped. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna react to this with you guys here and see what they have to say. I'm not sure how the debate's going to go. All I can tell you is that they got heated, at least from like the couple of seconds blip that I let myself listen to. It sounded heated. So if you guys haven't checked out the Mark Jackson show, I highly suggest it. I'm enjoying this podcast so far. Link is down below in the description if you want to check it out. Everybody else, please leave this like a freaking video. Screw it. Let's do it. We're doing it live.
You forgetting I had the fake wig too.
I didn't forget.
Little ponytail. I had it all, man.
You want to show off the moonwalk
I
first?
can't
No.
moonwalk.
You can moonwalk.
I
I've seen you
cannot.
moonwalk.
No.
Real quick.
Just
I
so
wanna
you
see
move
a
the mic.
moonwalk.
Do it.
I cannot moonwalk
Whoa.
anymore.
Oh, anymore.
Anymore.
I bet Reggie's fun at a party.
Last question covering historically. We went to the finals. I believe it was the finals year, and then after the finals were completed, you actually filmed something with the late great Kobe Bryant, right?
Yes. Well, it was prior to that we filmed. You talking about the real world?
Yeah, where y'all played a little one-on-one.
One-on-one. This was the year we went to the conference finals versus Chicago.
Okay.
So I think that was in 97, 98 when we did the Chicago versus us in the conference finals.
Oh yeah, that was 98, and it took the Bulls to 7 games.
Come back to L.A., Gail D'Agostino, business manager, says, hey, the MTV, The Real World, this is when The Real World was just starting, when all the roommates lived together and all that.
Wow, you guys remember MTV? Is MTV still alive?
This is when unscripted reality TV was just booming.
Yeah.
They want to do an episode where you and Kobe play one-on-one versus the cast of The Real World. We're like, sure, cool. And I think this is just going to be like a soft, us two versus, I think there was like 8 or 9 of them. Easy work. So I just remember Gail telling me, look, I'm just letting you know, when you get there early, Kobe's going to want to play you one-on-one. Right? I'm like, what do you mean play? We're just coming off playing MJ, right? Yeah. And, he loved MJ. He wanted to know everything about MJ. So when we get there, he needs to know what was being said in that series. What was Michael saying to you? What were you saying to him? Mm-hmm. He X's and O's. He wanted to know everything.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And, I kept calling Mike, that black cat, this and that black cat. I can't, because, he and I never have had a great relationship. Yeah. And I kept saying that mother and, meh. And he's just looking at me. He's taking notes. He's like, Reg, you're going to refer to me one day as the caramel cat. I'm like, look at this dude.
The caramel cat.
The caramel cat.
He was close, Black Mamba, caramel cat.
He's like, come on, man. Let's go play some one-on-one. I'm like, I'm 30. Yeah. He's, at the time, maybe 19, 20. I'm like, we're not going to play one-on-one. Thank God the cast started to come in. I was like, how do you want to handle this, man? He's like, I got this. all you need to do is throw lobs all day.
Oh,
It's like, I
wow.
got it. It's like, you want to go on like that? He's like, I want to destroy them. I want to kill them. I'm like this 19-year-old. I was like, this is entertainment. Let's just have some fun. He's like, no, I want to destroy these kids. Who do they think they are to be on the same court with us? I'm like, all right, let's go.
Dude,
Let's go. So
That's so Kobe, man.
I did get on the court, and I showed him. He's like, I do want to know one thing. Your step back. How do you do this step back going to your left? And you pull back and you create so much separation. So I'm kind of showing him.
Man, yeah, see, that was that era where he was really, really into that. He asked Jordan the same question on how he felt the defense when he was posting up. And now he's doing the same thing with Reggie. How do you create that space on the post? That's so cool, man. Dude, Kobe asked everybody for advice. Gary Payton, too. Like, there's so many testimonials from players that young Kobe Bryant is just asking them for advice. Even not young Kobe Bryant, like asking advice from guys like Dwayne Wade, who's younger than him. How do you split the defense?
I did show him a couple MJ moves in the post and all that. And this is what I did against them. And this is how I tried to guard them. Lo and behold, fast forward.
You're going to use it against you.
3 years later, who we meet in the NBA Finals?
Caramel cat.
That caramel cat and the Lakers. It's 2-1. They had won the first two at home. We won game 3 in our building. Game 4 is in our building. The great Shaquille O'Neal fouls out. Going into overtime. We got this.
Yeah.
We had no answer for Shaq. Thank God. We had no answer. And that caramel cat not only used the moves that I showed him on the step back
Yep.
and how to guard MJ in the post, and this is what I did against him. He used all those moves versus Jack and I in that overtime to win that game and go up 3-1.
Yeah, Mark Jackson was the point guard during that run. Hell of a team, by the way.
I'm like, this dude was freaking studying. Yeah. He was studying
Of course. That's why he asked
at
you.
19.
At 19.
Wow.
And he took over the game. Got so hot that one possession, I'm like, Reg, let me get him. I got him. It wasn't like I'm thinking I'm going to shut him down. I'm thinking I'm going to hammer him one time, send a message, not on our watch. The dude made a crossover move on me at the top of the key and elevated so fast, I had no opportunity to hit him. I looked at Reg like, you got him. You got him.
Yeah,
But
it was different.
it shows his mentality and his greatness that he prepared for the moment by showing the respect to an all-time great.
Yep.
That he had something that I didn't have, and I'm willing to humble myself and take notes and become better so that when the lights come on and I'm in that position, I got all the answers. Think about it. He came to my house as a teenager and in Saddle River, New Jersey. I didn't even know him. Knock on my door and sat for an hour and picked my brains as far as just the league and the things you go through. And so think about if he did it to you, he did it to me. Think about the encounters he's had across.
I know, just I mean, from what we know now, I didn't know the Mark Jackson story. So Mark Jackson, Reggie Miller, Dwayne Wade, Hakeem Olajuwon, Gary Payton, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Jerry West, like all of these greats that he's picking the brain of. Eddie Jones.
Showed in his greatness, and he put himself in the GOAT discussion because of his mentality and how prepared he was.
I tell people all the time, him, Michael, Magic Larry, those dudes were always playing chess, where the rest of us were always playing checkers.
Yeah.
At times we could be playing chess, certain games. Those dudes always played chess. Always. They never played checkers at all. The only thing they knew how to play checkers. They were always 4 or 5 steps ahead of whatever you thought you were going to do. Now, there was games where I could play chess against certain players. Those dudes were on a different level.
Yeah.
And that's why it's funny how Kobe never gets put in that go. It's always LeBron and Michael.
Yeah, I think it's full of crap too. My list goes MJ, then Kobe, and then everybody else. Yeah, I mean, you guys know my list by now, but yeah, it goes MJ, then Kobe. I don't know why it's MJ or LeBron. I've never understood it. When did LeBron surpass Kobe? When did LeBron surpass Magic Johnson or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for that matter? When did that happen? It never happened.
You know, I think Kareem should be in a GOAT discussion as well. His name really doesn't get, but no one really talks about Kobe. And if we're going to a playground
Think about it.
and those dudes are all lined up,
Uh-huh.
When we're losing the mic, there's no way in the world you tell me I'd ever put anybody in that discussion. But watching what Kobe was able to do and watching it up close,
yeah,
it's a toss-up between those two as far as in between those lines.
I mean,
Yeah, I got Michael all day on that one. But I mean, Kobe's right there. That's part of how I construct my list. Who's the best basketball player, man? Who's the best basketball player? Like, if you're in a park and you're picking somebody, who you picking? MJ first for me. After that, Kobe. After that, Magic or Bird. Flip a coin, and then we're gonna go down the list after that. But I gotta tell you, in a park situation, I need to win one game, win or lose. Win or die. I'm not going with LeBron James at all. Not even close. Not even close. He's not that dude.
rip your heart out with your family in attendance. I mean, because, again, and I always tell, to me, Michael Jordan is the greatest player. I'll go to my grave with that.
Say that again, please.
They're great.
Say that again for
Not
for-
today.
Oh, okay, hold up. For those of you who don't know, obviously Reggie Miller, Mark Jackson. This is Mark Jackson's son right here. So that's what makes it so fun, is because we got an older generation and then we got the younger generation right here all together.
for these young bucks. No, say that for the young
I'm
bucks.
tired. I had no yesterday. Don't do this
No,
today.
fatigue is not-
today.
fatigue
What are
is
we
not
doing?
an excuse.
Why do you like throwing me up as a sacrificial lamb? He wants me to say LeBron is the greatest so they can do it in the comments. Okay, LeBron is the greatest to me. Okay?
But I can understand that because they don't know MJ like how you and I know MJ. They know LeBron. That's their era. And I get it. I only played against LeBron his rookie year. So I don't know. And he's developed into a great player. But I didn't see that development. Mike and I, even though he's older than I am, we locked
Oh
heads
my
a
goodness.
lot.
This dude here is making an excuse. You witnessed it. You had a front row seat
Michael
for 20 years.
Michael
Yep.
is the greatest. I will go to my grave with that.
Me too.
That's why I'm saying, in terms of Kobe,
And Mark Jackson's being true. He is making excuses. Reggie Miller did have a front row seat to watch like LeBron James's entire career. So we've seen it. It's just, at least he's being honest though, in the form of saying that I'll go to my grave. It's Jordan all day. But he is trying to pretend like, oh, I didn't get to witness it. No, us old heads, we have the benefit of watching the previous generation and the current generation. For me, I've been watching since the 80s. So I saw the 80s, the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and now the 2020s. I've seen it. I've seen a lot of basketball. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I haven't seen LeBron James, and that's why I have Jordan. No, I say I don't have Wilt Chamberlain on my list, and I don't do enough justice to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Bill Russell or Jerry West, for that matter, because I didn't get to really witness that. I wasn't alive yet. But for everybody I've been alive to see, I've been paying attention.
I think it's a knock on Kobe because people say, well, we already witnessed that with number 23. Yeah. So it can't be Kobe. Whereas, LeBron's bigger, stronger, now 21 years. That's why the comparison is more so LeBron and MJ. But, I mean, people forget about Tim Duncan.
Yep. Thank you.
Tim Duncan has to be, is he the greatest ever?
No, greatest what? Power forward?
Oh,
player.
he's definitely the greatest power
Yeah,
forward.
he's not in
But
the,
in
he's
terms-
not,
Yeah,
he's
we
not,
stretching
we're
the-
not
we
doing
stretching
that.
the
We're not
list.
doing
No,
that. He's
hold
the
up.
greatest
Uncle
power
Reg, he
forward
can't
ever.
be
He's
on
not
the-
in the
yeah,
GOAT
yeah, we
discussion.
stretching the list
And
a
I
little
say
too.
that with
You're
great
doing what he
respect.
did with
Hey,
Kobe.
man, he's in my top 10 all time. I've got him ahead of LeBron. So to me, it makes more sense. He makes a lot more sense than LeBron James. He's a winner, man. Tim Duncan is a winner. 5-time champion. Never made excuses, never blamed anybody, never demanded trades, never got his fire coached, not toxic, great teammate, and a captain of a 5-time championship team. Hell yeah, I've got him above LeBron James.
I'm getting ready to throw you off the set. No, you know that's not true. No, he's the greatest power forward ever. But we're not going to stretch it to him being in the GOAT conversation. And I say that with great respect for him.
5 rings, 3 MVPs, all defensive player for 10+ years.
We know his resume.
Okay.
I can name you 10 other guys that you got to put in that conversation if you're going to go that far.
Who?
Wilt.
Not 5. Wilt has won 2 championships, right? No.
I didn't know we judge as champions.
Yes.
No, that's not how you judge.
Oh, yes, you do.
No, that's not how we judge it. That's not how we judge it.
You don't judge greatness?
Not on how many championships you won.
Even if that's the criteria, though, then
You could have signed. You could have signed.
No, Bill Russell was the best player on his team.
How disrespectful.
You're so disrespectful.
Bill Russell.
It was great, but was he
getting ready to throw you off the set.
Was he the greatest player on his team?
Yes. Yes.
No, the reason why, for me, I 100% think championships matter is because if that's not the case, then I've got Tracy McGrady top 5 all time. Okay, like as simple as that. But the guy never got it done in the playoffs, and he never won a championship, so I really don't have him even in my top 50. And that's not disrespecting his ability of a basketball player, but that's only part of the game. The other part of the game is knowing how to win and doing what it takes to win. T-Mac didn't do it. Look at a guy like James Harden or something like that in the current generation. Why is there a big difference between him and Steph? Because Steph is a winner. Steph has won 4 championships at this point. So, of course, we're going to have Steph above James Harden. But it's not just skills. It's skills plus mentality and accomplishments. So I'm totally not agreeing with Mark Jackson here. I'm with Reggie on this. Tim Duncan did it. He did it 5 times. He did it the right way, and he was the best guy on the team. He was the leader, a very coachable dude. He gets so much disrespect. I don't know why Tim Duncan gets so much disrespect.
He wasn't?
You were just throwing shots on Russell, Wilt, anybody else you want to? How about Magic? Magic's
No,
in discussion.
5 championships.
I would go Kareem first.
No, I'm just giving you 10, 11 guys if you want to say Duncan.
Magic changed. We'll never see another 6'9" point guard. So he's unique enough.
I'm a Magic guy. I understand that. I have no problem with that. But you are out of line, my friend.
I'm out of line. No, you're out of line.
All right, y'all, I got to reel this back in because we were supposed to touch on this NBA Finals. So part 2 is going to come out Monday. Game 1 has already been played. But I want to get y'all predictions of what your outlook of this Finals is going to be.
This is an exceptional final, I believe. Again, coming off of the Western Conference Finals and having a chance to watch Dallas and Minnesota, and then last year having the Boston Celtics lose to Miami in that 7-game epic series. Dallas to me is the wild card because they've got 2 dudes.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and call it there. I don't need to relive this because my Mavs really let me down last year in the finals. I don't want to say my Mavs, but, I'm a Suns fan, and my Suns let me down right off the bat in the playoffs, so I was really rooting for the Mavericks to win a championship last year. Rooted them all the way till the finals and then watched them totally collapse. Anyways, you guys, chime in down below. What do you think? Who are you agreeing with when it comes to their definition of greatness? Is it Reggie Miller, who's taking accomplishments into effect, or Mark Jackson, who's not taking the accomplishments into effect, but more so just talking about who's a better basketball player? I don't think there's a right or wrong here. I think we all have a different way of gauging greatness and what defines the greatest of all time or the greatest players of all time. And I think more so along the lines of how Reggie does, because you need a combination of great basketball play, skills, and then it crosses over to mentality. You got to have the killer mentality to do whatever it takes to win. And yeah, you need to see the results. So you got to have some, whatever it is that you dominate in. For instance, Jordan was a scorer. You better have some scoring titles. You better have some finals MVPs, and you better have won some championships. If Jordan didn't do that, he wouldn't have been the greatest of all time. But he did it year after year after year. And that's why he's the greatest of all time. We talk about a guy like Tim Duncan. His offense is underrated, but he was mainly considered a defensive just terror. What did he do? Made defensive all team for first team year after year after year. And what else did he do? Won MVPs, finals MVPs, won 5 championships. He did his job. Then we cross over to a dude like LeBron James. He's a pass first dude, never gets the assist title. He's won a couple MVPs, won some titles, but he lost way more titles than he's won. So when it comes down to like that mentality, that's where he's suffering. That's where he's lacking. Overall skill too. I don't think anybody here would take LeBron James over Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, or hell, even T-Mac for that matter, or maybe even Allen Iverson in a playground. So that's a different criteria, is who's the better basketball player. And I don't think LeBron wins in a better basketball player debate, nor does he win in the better winner, the one who accomplished more debate. So that's why I don't understand why so many people have him as number 2 or number 1 all time. I don't know what that criteria is. At that point, it seems like the criteria is just stat padding and longevity. And I don't understand that. I'm looking at a dude right here, Reggie Miller, that if he would have won 6 championships, we would have been in the GOAT debate himself, because he had the total package. But why don't we talk about Reggie when we're talking about, the greatest of all time? It's because he didn't win, he didn't have those accomplishments. And it's no disrespect to him. He's one of my favorite players of all time. Same with T-Mac. But you don't get it done in the playoffs and you don't win the title, you're not in the debate, and that's just how it goes. Anyways, everybody, let me know what you think down below. Please leave this video a like if you haven't yet. It helps out a ton. Subscribe to the channel if you want more content like this. And I'll see you all very soon. All right. Peace out, everyone.